Welcome to The One Show with Matt Baker
and Michelle Ackley. Now, tonight we are joined by three top Hollywood stars. Now, here is how happy they looked when they started promoting their new film in Vietnam.
There they are, exactly 1 year, 1 week and 1 day later. Wow. Here's how they look on our sofa.
There you go. Look who it is. Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston. Welcome.
It's good to see you all still smiling, guys.
Yeah.
It's been a busy time for you all, hasn't it? It was the premiere last night. How did it go?
It was great.
I think it went really well.
It
was so
really
surreal. Really surreal. I've never been to a premiere like that before, so I was like blown away by the whole thing.
It rained.
Have you never been to a premiere like that? No.
No, I just do independent films. It's very small. Like, no one really goes
It's your
to
first
premiere.
big premiere?
Yeah, it was like my first big premiere in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surprised
Serious.
You're a surprise.
I am. It's like, really?
Yes. I'm brand new.
Okay, yes, you are. But, I mean, come on, you're brand new and you got every award that everybody wishes they could have.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing,
know.
yes.
Golden Globe,
Last year, she was
Oscars,
like running the tables, like bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
And the only one they wouldn't let her leave to come to was the BAFTAs.
That was the Baptist, yeah.
Well, they didn't think I was going to win, to be fair, because I'm American.
Come on. It was that year. It was that year. You were in a groove. There was no way you were not going to win.
So in the
It
groove.
was like, hey.
Do you know?
You got everything. You can not let it go now.
Is there a bit of, we're rubbing up a bit here because I was amazed to hear that you had never actually won an Oscar. Samuel, I thought.
I've only been
surely-
nominated once.
I can't believe that.
Really?
There's something wrong in it.
Well, me either.
It needs to be that, doesn't it?
I think that's wrong.
Yeah, I can name 6 movies I should have won for.
2, right.
There you go.
At least another 100 I could. There we are.
It happens.
Sam, aren't you
You're cool with it.
also, but you're the highest grossing actor of all time?
Yes, I passed Harrison again, Triple X.
The highest grossing actor of all time.
And after this, after this, doesn't matter what Blade Runner does, I'm still going to be out there by myself.
Well,
I
listen,
got him now.
thank you for being so complimentary about our little pre-titles there and all of our special effects, because as you've guessed, we are talking all about Kong tonight. And we'll also be...
Talking about the highs. I'm talking about the lows.
Yeah, she's talking about the highs and the lows because our already stellar cast is joined by Brit Award winner Emily Sandé.
There's Emily outside. We'll be there shortly.
Live for us tonight. We're looking forward to hearing that.
Yes, now, earlier on today, Michelle and I were jumping out of our seats.
Well, you were more than me.
Some
even.
more than most, because, I tell you what, this movie, it's out next Thursday. We saw it, as we say, first thing this morning. It's set in the 1970s, at the end of the Vietnam War, when a scientific mission is dispatched to Skull Island with the help of the US Army. The aim is to map the area for the first time.
And here's the moment they all arrive, not knowing what to expect, but certainly not expecting this.
Is that a monkey?
Somebody talk to me, man. Turn right heading 205.
Tense. Yes. Very tense, isn't it?
It is a monkey, and a very big one.
Now, Tom, the characters in this film, they all have their own agenda, don't they? So talk us through your kind of roles and where you all come from.
Well, the setup is that there is... John Goodman plays the leader of a government organisation who's taking an expedition to an undiscovered island in the South Pacific. It's 1973. Satellites are beginning to photograph the Earth from space, so so we don't have Google Earth and all that kind of thing. And each of us play different... We're hired by the team to do different things. I play a former British SAS tracker who's going to lead the expedition through the jungle. Brie is an anti-war photographer called Mason Weaver.
I'm a troublemaker who was not supposed to be on this mission.
Yes. And both of us are kind of outsiders in a way. And Sam is is Colonel Packard of the helicopter air cav brigade who are rotating home from Vietnam. And so Sam is the commander in the sky, and I'm the commander on the ground.
And how much did you relish your roles? Because Samuel, I mean, you're a bit of a baddie there, aren't you?
A bit real.
Oh, no, I would call him a baddie. He's
Really?
kind of, he's a little upset that he lost some men and that this big giant ape is responsible for it. So he has to exact some revenge for his people that he's lost and save the ones that he still has. And it takes a little determination, and you can't be a nice guy when you want to do that.
That's true. You can tell how determined he is because he stares out Kong a few times, doesn't he? He really goes for it.
I get to give him the hard eye.
You can. And for you, Tom, there's some real physicality in it. You know, you play a real action man. Did you enjoy doing that?
I love doing that, yeah. It's basically like all my boyhood dreams come true. I love shooting action because actually it's choreographic, and it's all stage and screen combat is about the sort of you're dancing with the camera. I wheel a few sharp objects in this.
Yeah.
I had to be quite precise, otherwise the crew would have their heads chopped off. So, it was really fun.
And there's Black Bauer.
It is, yes. Corey Hawkins in the back.
Corey Hawkins is
Yeah.
the new Jack Bauer on 24, so we
he's
started
fantastic.
referring to him as Black Bauer.
Yes.
He got the job.
And Brie, I mean, for those who remember the original, I mean, there's a real connection, isn't there, between King Kong and Fay Wray, who played a very similar character. And really, those who are slightly romantic and have that rose-tinted view of that original, they won't be disappointed in this because there is still very much that kind of human connection to it.
Yeah. If that's what you're looking for in this film, then you're gonna be satisfied with that.
You wearing way more clothes than Faye.
There's also that. I am wearing more clothes, and I'm a little bit stronger.
Taller.
Got more of a mouth that's popping off than her.
Yeah, you're taller. And she also has the most indestructible camera in cinematic history.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
That last scene where you pick it up and you're like, it's still
there.
Nothing damages that camera.
That's it.
Yeah.
But there are some real emotive moments because there's a part with your character Brie and your character Tom with King Kong. You know, the three of you there together.
Yeah.
How obviously it's all CGI with Kong. How do you guys get yourself in that moment? Apparently you've got some kind of technique to get you in the mood and really kind of draw out the emotion.
Musical technique.
Well, it was mostly, I have to say, that the thing I love about this film is that we shot it in real places. We shot it in Hawaii, Australia, and Vietnam. Vietnam particularly, just the most breathtaking country. And this particular scene with Brie and myself, it takes place on a mountaintop, on a hilltop, and we get very close to Kong. And because the movement of the camera needed to be very controlled, we just built the set, and it was a big green screen, sort of cyclorama on a soundstage, and it was quite. The atmosphere was quite dry and sort of sterile, and the whole scene is about interacting with this extraordinary creature. And we shot it over 2 days, and we just began it at the end of the first day, and we both felt it was difficult for us to work out exactly where he was, how close he was, just to feel the weight of this enormous animal.
Of course.
And also the camera team didn't know when to move in and get close to Brie, and so I thought about it overnight, and I thought, what if we played a piece of music that somehow could evoke that sense of there being another presence in the room? And it became this kind of little ballet between us and this imaginary thing and the camera guys, and it kind of worked out, I think, I hope.
I think
Well, it did.
Yeah.
It was very convincing. It was very convincing. And now, Sam, is it right that you have something written into your contract when you do a movie that you have to have time out to play golf?
I have a little golf clause in my contract. Yeah.
Why not?
We picked that up here on the One Show, so if you fancy it, we've put a little golf course at the end of the studio.
We like to look after our guests.
Oh,
you know.
Green.
And we're just going into a little film, so if you
embarrass myself by
fancy it,
missing the putt,
exactly.
but you
Whenever
know,
you
yeah.
want, if you feel the need, you can
All right.
just go for
I
it.
can stroll over and just,
Exactly. Whenever you feel like it. And
put a
whilst-
couple in. Okay, good.
Do it.
Yeah.
And while Samuel's having his official break, Matt Allwright's been picking his favourite apes from the silver screen. So these are Allwright's All-Star Apes.
One of the first chimps to swing onto the big screen was Tarzan's best friend, Cheetah.
An animal actor who, like some humans, became a bit of a diva in later years. He used to run off set and a dog named Spanky would be sent to retrieve him.
If you think American politics has gone bananas recently, you should have gone to the cinema in the 1950s.
A chimp acted alongside future President Ronald Reagan in this movie. In it, Reagan attempts to teach human morals to the ape. Perhaps in the future, we'll see a chimp running for president. In the past, though, as portrayed in the film 2001, skilled mime actors and dancers were used to portray the moment that apes use weapons for the very first time.
But who needs a weapon when you've got a friendly orangutan?
Right turn, Clyde.
Although, whilst filming, the orangutan playing Clyde started monkeying around and grabbed Clint Eastwood while he was driving a truck.
Yes, indeed. The big screen loves an ape or monkey. Try putting some cold water in.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Actually, just on that point, as far as the technology and how it's advanced in movies, how impressed were you when you actually saw the finished thing? Because it's not just Kong. I mean, there's all these giant animals there. So how surprised were you, Tom, first of all?
Oh, it was amazing, because we spent 5 months imagining these monsters.
Yeah.
And we'd pick the tallest tree and on the horizon and pretend it was...
It was something.
Really had to...
You know?
Yeah.
That was the question.
So they
They were
were.
quite scary, though,
That was the question every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
What is it?
What we're looking at here.
How big is it? How fast is it?
Yeah. That's it. Because it's easy
Remember
for
when
us
we were asking
watching
about
it.
the thing, when the thing ate John's camera, and we kept saying, well, where is it and how fast is it? Because the camera was supposed to be going off in the
yes.
thing's
Yeah.
stomach,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to be shooting at it and following it,
Yeah.
and everybody's pointing guns at each other, and it's like,
yeah.
we can't shoot that way because we'll kill each other. Where is it?
Yeah.
And there were about 8 people giving us answers, so we all decided to just don't aim at anybody, just aim another way.
Yeah.
So
Look
it was
around.
kind of crazy
A
like
lot
that.
of looking
literally
around.
pick a tree, pick a cloud.
But for me, I swear to God, by the time the movie came out, when I saw it for the first time, it was never that big.
Really?
I think you're right.
Never that big. I'm telling you, nobody ever said he's that big.
Did you think if you knew it was going to be that big, you'd be even more surprised? Like,
Because remember
is
that day
big.
when they were saying he's leaping from that mountain over to there?
Yes,
And I'm like, well, if he can do that, where's he hiding on this island that we can't find? There's no way he can be on this island and we can't find it. Where's he sleep at night that we can't find it?
Yeah.
Dear.
It's a big old island.
Now, of course, you're all part of another big movie franchise. We are talking about the Marvel films here. Now, Brie, we've got a picture of you turning up at Comic-Con.
Oh, looking
and you're just
lovely.
announcing that you're going to play the character
you.
That
Captain
outfit.
Marvel.
Yeah, and this is Samuel at Comic-Con talking about his character Nick Fury, looking very cool.
Very,
Samuel.
very
Nice
cool.
hat.
Than my
And,
pose.
and then, Tom, this is how you turned up.
Keen, Tom. That is super
So this
keen.
is you as Loki.
Casual.
Casual.
Very casual.
You know, I like to dress up for Comic-Con.
Go
We've
for it.
come a long way.
But
That
you
was-
said that role was life-changing for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no question. I mean, it's an amazing part because in those films, he's the god of mischief. So it's my professional obligation to turn up and have the best time I can possibly have. And going to Comic-Con was it was mad because nobody knew I was coming, and it was just there were 7,000 people out there, and I'd never played Loki live, and this is in front of the faithful, and I'd intended to give a sort of proto-fascistic speech about how I wanted them all to chant my name. I walked out and they just started chanting it. It was completely crazy. I had to keep it together. It was-
They'd already channeled
so
you.
cool.
Yeah.
Channeled you before you got. Comic-Con is the most surreal experience you can ever have in your life.
Yes.
I mean, it's I've been going for a long time, since episode 1. And I remember looking out my hotel window one night, and there was a full-on lightsaber battle in the parking lot.
That is so awesome.
Like,
Last year
it was
that was my
insane.
first year
Yes.
going, and I
Was
was
it? Yeah, go on.
backstage, and I was in the Marvel kind of holding room, and I was sitting there talking to people, talking to Tilda Swinton, and she was like, "Honey, why are you here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm in this now." And they're like, "What? You're in this now?" No one had any idea.
And have
Including the rest of the cast of all of the Marvel films.
Yeah.
They just
But
thought that I got lost and ended up in the wrong room.
It's over now.
Have the guys given you any advice for your character, Captain Marvel?
No, they don't want to
No,
help
come
at all.
on, guys. Help a girl out.
You got to work it out for yourself. That's what they're thinking. But
You sound like
observe the
you've got
lightsaber.
a handle on it.
Yeah, depending on your
you're right.
costume, make sure you get air conditioning.
Very wise.
I think that's a
They can tell you that. You know, make sure there's a thing they can plug into that
Yeah, there is.
pumps cool air into your costume.
Always.
I'm already concerned about going to the bathroom. I was like, I need some snaps
Be
or
concerned
something.
with that.
Because
I'll tell you what, I think that advice
I
is
go to the
coming
bathroom
back now.
concerned.
That's where we're going to leave it. Because here is Anita with a classic underdog tale, and if it was ever turned into a film, I'm sure it would be a dead cert at the Oscars.
Thanks to Anita there, and it's amazing to see a lone woman taking on the system so passionately. And Samuel, you're a very active civil rights campaigner, so this kind of story with Joba must resonate with you.
Yeah, you know, watching it, we were taken by the fact that she was out there for 2 years and, you know, gave her all to the cause. And like a lot of things, you know, she was ground down by the system. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like the most happy ending that, you know, work conditions changed and she was improved by it. But, you know, the iron will of the people is something that's really, really resonates right now. You know, I mean, all over the world, people are fighting for rights, for job rights, equal rights for women, fighting against religious prosecution. So there's all kinds of stuff. But the fact that she wanted to stand up and the fact that she stood up and encouraged so many people is what's inspiring about it. I mean, it's not always about the result, but it's about giving people hope and letting people know that when you use your voice, there is something that can be done,
Yeah, of
or
course.
people can be made aware.
Do you know, we could sit here and talk all night long, couldn't we just? But we are a live show. Very shortly, we're going to have some live music from 4-time Brit Award winner Emily Sandé. She's outside for us now.
There she is, but first we have a very dramatic film that needs a Hollywood introduction. So would you three like to do the honours?
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go.
This is a film about a giant, hundreds of feet high.
A giant that must be destroyed.
There was only one man for the job. His name, Marty Jobson.
Thanks, Martin. Big thanks to our guests, Tom Brie and Samuel Coles from Ireland. Opens next Thursday.
Right now, Emily Sandé is singing us out with Highs and Lows from the album Long Live the Angel. And she's on tour from the 16th of March. Happy St. David's Day, everyone.